John Horley, 1515.
A resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, encouraging high school and college students to to participate in the statewide Drive Now, Text Later campaign.
Is that committee report?
Oh, this is waiting on
Committee
you.
report? Go ahead.
Thank you, Councilman, President Scott.
Oh, I'm sorry. Henry, there is a committee report.
Well, it was, but you just told me to go, so I'll just follow your directives.
I'm very enthusiastic about this.
Okay.
Mr. Dieter.
Thank you, President. Scott, Health and Safety Committee met earlier today discussing the pros and the cons. We're sending this to the entire council with a favorable recommendation.
Okay. Now, Mr. Davis.
I can go now.
Yes, you sir.
Right on. Council members, colleagues, Henry Davis Jr., Councilman Henry Davis Jr., 2nd District, address is 5117 Otterwood Drive, South Bend, Indiana, 46619. Before you have a resolution of the Common Council, City of South Bend, encouraging high school and college students to participate in statewide Drive Now, Text Later campaign. Mr. Blasco, we're going to need your help with this, so don't go to sleep on us. Whereas the South Bend Common Council notes that the Indiana Department of Labor participates in social networking sites in order to promote activities and events aimed at the health and safety of Indiana. And whereas Indiana Lieutenant Governor Sue E. recently announced that IDOL is a partnership with Indiana State Police, Indiana Criminal Justice Institute, the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and the Indiana Department of Transportation has launched Indiana's 2015 Drive Now, Text Later contest in the interest of changing attitudes and behaviors related to texting and driving. And whereas this contest runs from April 1st, 2015 through April 30th, 2015, and challenges Indiana high school and college students to use their creativity and social media savvy to spread the message about the dangers of texting and driving, with winners who have the largest distribution of their message on Twitter, Vine, or Instagram, receiving $5,000 to help pay for their post-secondary education. And whereas the South Bend Common Council has long been an advocate for safe driving, with one example being the passage of ordinance number 9946-09 on July 27, 2009, which created the local regulations on the use of handheld mobile communication devices and telecommunication devices in school zones, which has been codified into the South Bend Municipal Code as 20-130 through 20-134, and calls for penalties starting at $75 for the first violation, $125 for the second violation, and $250 for each violation thereafter. Now therefore let it be resolved by the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, as follows. Section 1, the South Bend Common Council encourages all Indiana high school and college students to participate in Indiana's 2015 Drive Now, Text Later contest aimed at helping to change attitudes and behaviors related to texting, driving, and more details are available at www.txtl8r.in.gov, which this being the second year of the IDOL, the BMV, ICJI, and the NDOT offering $5,000 scholarships for the winners. Section 2, statistics from the Indiana State Police show that the majority of text message citations and warnings have been for drivers under the age of 30. I'm 35. Section 3, the Common Council commends the students who are participating as a part of this adoption process, this resolution, aimed at raising awareness about 2015 Drive Now, Text Later contest. Section 4, the resolution shall be in full force and effect from its adoption by the Common Council and approval by the mayor. All the council members are signed. Thank you, Kathy, for your help. Now we will have a presentation from that we've had earlier from 3 students that are working on this particular contest from New Tech High, which is located at Raleigh High School.
I'm Mac Bluchek, 1324 Sussex Drive.
I'm Melissa Hicks, 50535 Ironwood Road, Granger, Indiana.
I'm Saja, and I 50513 Mercury Drive, Granger, Indiana.
And just to start off, this presentation is on texting and driving, the underestimated danger to public safety. And what we're going to be going over is some facts and statistics about texting and driving. We're going to compare it to impaired driving. And we're also going to go over our mission plan and some economic costs to the state and the nation as a whole. Just to start off, this is a comparison between loss of life. Drunk driving claims 18 lives a day in the U.S., and texting and driving now claims 11 teens a day in the U.S. What this shows is texting and driving has surpassed drunk driving for the deaths of teens, and is now becoming one of the top killers in the United States for teens. And the bottom picture is just to represent the loss of life. Damage to cost is just economic effects from impaired driving and distracted driving. Distracted driving costs $180 billion of total cost, while impaired driving costs $75 billion. When I say total cost, I'm not only taking into account the accidents and the costs from them, but also the medical bills and the loss of life. Distracted driving, just from the overall damage of the accident, costs $46 billion annually for the U.S., and it costs Indiana $3.3 billion annually. 17% of total economic losses from motor vehicle accidents stem from distracted driving. Impaired driving costs $49 billion annually just from the accident damages, and it costs Indiana $2.4 billion annually. 18% of total economic losses from motor vehicle accidents stem from impaired driving. And at the bottom right is just a graph to show you the damage in billions of dollars from distracted and impaired driving. And as you can see, distracted driving is far higher than impaired.
In the lack of information, what we wanted to find out was how many citations have been issued in South Bend and how many texting and driving accidents have happened. So we called the South Bend Police Department, and we did have difficulty getting a hold of someone, but we eventually did. And they told us an estimation of 0 to 100 citations have been issued, and there's no record of texting and driving accidents. And we wanted to compare a state nearby, so we chose Illinois, and we found out that 6,700 citations were issued versus Indiana, which is about 186. And the difference between Illinois' ban and Indiana is Illinois has a total cell phone ban, so no texting and no web surfing, but Indiana just has a texting ban, so you can text, but you can surf the web. And this is one of the reasons why it can get hard to give citations, because someone may seem like they're texting but are surfing the internet and vice versa. And this graphic below is 16 and 17-year-old driver deaths in 2012. And as you can see, Indiana is one of the states that have increased deaths, while others have decreased or stayed the same.
Okay, ABC News did a survey of 660,000 people, and they said that 94% of them have agreed that there should be a texting and driving ban, whereas more than half of them have admitted to texting and driving within the last month. 74% of those people said that there should be a total cell phone ban like there is in Illinois and Indiana. So we think that this is because of the enforcement that we have in Indiana and in South Bend. It's not enforced enough, and we need to change it so people can work with that. Our mission is doing this scholarship. We inform, convince, and change. To inform, we're doing our Twitter page. We're doing Twitter and Instagram, and we wrote 90 facts, statistics, the pictures, and just quotes from people on what they think about texting and driving. So those are our 90 tweets. We're going to be doing 3 tweets a day in the month of April. And to convince people, we also have 4 videos that we're planning to do. We have a girl at our school whose dad was seriously affected by texting and driving, and she agreed to be interviewed. We're doing a PSA announcement, a TV compilation of TV shows that have hit on texting and driving, and we also interviewed a state policeman, and we're putting that on our Twitter account as well. The associated Twitter handle with that is my Twitter, and it's mhicks133, and we strongly request that you go on there and retweet everything, favorite everything as much as you can. And every tweet that we put, including the videos, will have the hashtag that's up in the corner there, the Text Later Indiana. And thank you for listening, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. It's back to the council, but make sure you read the tweets. I got in trouble before with that, not reading a tweet or retweeting something. Somebody got mad at me at different newspapers. Make sure you read it before you retweet it.
Back to the council, we'll start with Ms. White. Would you like to come?
I'd like to thank the students and Councilmember Henry Davis for bringing this issue before us. And as we stated in the meeting this afternoon, anything we can do to help the parents and to, what we may want to do is to actually poll students within the schools themselves, just to see how many of them are actually texting as well. And that would be additional, documentation. Good job on that.
Thank you again for the presentation. Great job.
Sure. I'm sure you call me so I can give you that information. Good job.
I would say that you have done a wonderful job, and like I told you this afternoon, I would encourage you to talk to the county council and the South Bend school boards and the other school boards around here, because I think that we make this a community effort, it will really resonate all throughout our whole area. So congratulations and keep up your hard work.
Nicely done, organizational and implementation wise, and I hope you take this statewide as well as local, because honestly, I think that's where it belongs, but something that we're lucky to.
You point out one of the major public health issues that we have now, and I hope you take it all the way to the cell phone ban, multi-beam like they do in Chicago, because I think you've done a great job, and Henry, thanks for bringing this subject up. It's vitally important for our community.
Kids, you guys are really impressive. Your presentation is really an important issue. But I also wanted to take a minute to ask if your parents and teacher, if you all are in the audience, if you could stand up. One thing that obviously is so important when we see such wonderful students like these three here tonight are their parents and their teachers. It's because of wonderful teachers and great parents involved in their kids' education that we have kids like this that come before council with such important issues and such wonderful presentations. So not only do I want to say you guys did a great job, I also want to say to your parents and to your teacher, thank you so much for bringing these kids before us tonight. It's such an important issue.
And thank you, Councilman Davis, for bringing this in. You students this is really incredible. This really, you hit a point with me when, someone can't get a ticket because they could be surfing the web on their phone, but our law states texting. That's just mind-blowing, really, to me. But I drive the bypass every day. I use my headphones and do not touch my phone. And I'd love to see something completely hands-free. And this is a great start, and I appreciate you guys bringing this to us. So, Henry, would you like to add anything?
Well, definitely, thank you. But we do have some awesome youth. Not only these three, but we have some more that we're going to see in a moment. And I think that goes without saying. But definitely, I would like to make sure that the council remains diligent in looking at how we can expand our handheld devices that are within school zones or no in school zones to a citywide ban. I don't know necessarily what that looks like. I don't know if the appetite of the council is for those types of things at this moment. But I think that we have a great momentum right now, and I hope that we can move forward on that. We will be taking this to the county council. We will be taking this to the school board as well, in hopes that we do have enough momentum to make sure that people know about the awareness campaign. Hopefully these three youth will be successful in getting the scholarships, but if not, they're not successful, at least they'll be able to change the course of history and make sure that our public safety is paramount here in the city.
With that, we'll open it up to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of Resolution 1515, please come to the podium. Anybody at all? Seeing none, anybody speaking against? Seeing none, we'll turn back to the council.
In one moment, really quick, I didn't figure this, I didn't come up with this, they came to me with it, which obviously they need to be applauded for. I knew nothing about the campaign, this is something that they brought to me, and this is their initiative, so I had nothing to do with it. I'm just helping presenting it.
Good job, we appreciate that.
Move for favorable adoption of 1515.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passed. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, we can.
That's a good one.
You done, Mr. Wood?